Welcome into the Buck James Show, presented by Bryant Family Pharmacy. Michael Westbrook, along with head coach Buck James. We're leading up to Bryant and Conway. It's the last game of the regular season. It's for the 7A Central Championship, just like it was last year. But let's go back a little ways first, Coach, to the North Little Rock game. And at 45-14, it's kind of hard to think that maybe the defense carried that game when you have an offense that scores 45 points. But I think you would agree with me that the defense carried that game.
Well, I think in the third quarter, our defense was awesome. I mean, they played at a high level. They didn't give up a point. And, I think it was the difference in the ball game. Offensively, we made some mistakes, but we also made a lot of big plays. And, sometimes, you think you played great because you had 8, 10, 12 play drives. And, we put a drive together in 15 seconds. It went 99 yards. So we made some big plays. We were explosive on offense. And, that's what we need to do that sometimes. And I think that was good for our football team. It was really good for our defense. And I think it was really good for our offense to see that no matter how many mistakes we make, we still can be potent.
So two things that stick out there, Coach. First of all, in the third quarter this year, Bryant has outscored their opponents 53-0. I'm not sure if you were aware of that. So since you mentioned the third quarter, that definitely stuck out to me in the stats. And then the other thing is that 99-yard drive. We've got to talk about that because it just completely changed the landscape of that football game. Honestly, I thought North Little Rock might go for it on fourth down. They decide, well, their defense is playing pretty well at that point too. So they did everything right. They pinned you down at the 1-yard line, and then your guys that make the big plays made the big plays.
It started with Chris Ganaway. I mean, he made a great cut, outran the guys probably about a 70 or 80-yard run, and then we were able to hit the big pass over the middle with Mytorian. But, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. I say that all the time. Yep. And it's not just something that we say. It's something we got to do. And I think that's what happened. Our kids went out there and made some plays, made them at the right time, made them often. I thought Gideon Moats came in and played extremely well. I thought our passing game was really good on the big plays. I thought our offensive line did a great job of protecting against a really, really outstanding North Little Rock defensive line. I'm really proud of our whole team. I thought our defensive front played well. Our linebackers, Brandon Johnson, had a heck of a game. And, that's what we expect. And we expect guys to step up in big games, make plays. And, at the end of the day, it don't matter what you shoot in golf. They don't tell you how you got there. You just want to see the score. And at the end of the day, that's what we've got to look at as well.
Yeah, I was going to mention Brandon Johnson. Three tackles for loss in that game. Kind of set the tone early on. Where did he come from? This is a guy that hadn't played a whole lot up until the last couple of games.
Well, he was, started out the season playing tailback, and then we had some injuries. And, we moved him over there. It took a minute. He's played a lot, and I think he's won our fourth quarter award a couple times, and he's been on our special teams award system. And, he's a guy that has a lot of talent, a lot of ability, and, just learning what to do and learning how to do it and learning how to practice. I think, those are things that he's been doing, and, we could see it coming. And we really got a great opportunity against a team that really was where his strengths lie. And I thought the kid played a great game. I thought he was impactful. Our kids got energized by it, and that's what the game of football is about.
So when we talk about Conway, it starts with that explosive, fast-paced offense, Donovan Amalo at quarterback, and the great football name of Boogie Carr, the running back. So we remember those guys from last year. How do you slow them down, I guess, is the question.
Well, nobody's done it all year, to be honest with you. They did a good job at Cabot playing them. They had 4 turnovers in that game, which helped a lot. But their explosive offense, they scored over 400 points this year. And, our defense has got a big challenge. They are, like you said, the quarterback and the running back are really good players. They've got a big offensive line. They've got some really talented receivers who do a great job with the ball in space. And defensively, they found a way to keep people out of the end zone. So it's a big contest for us. They're a good team. They're probably rolling as high as anybody right now in the state of Arkansas. They've had one hiccup, and they learned from their mistakes. And so I expect it to be a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, and they're scoring 40, 50, 60 points the last 3 games now. Some of that, you do have to look at the schedule and who they're playing. But still, that offense is something that is going to be a challenge. At least we've got them at home, but we're having to wait an extra day. So let's talk about that for a second and how it affected the schedule. Because I can tell you, Coach, I got some of your football players, and they were saying, oh, man, we're going to have to go a little harder on Thursday. That's normally a day of rest, I guess, to get ready for the game. So how did it change your schedule this week?
Well, we really had 2 Wednesdays, to be truthful about it. You know, we didn't have quite a Thursday. We're going to have our Thursday on Friday, but we did 2 Wednesdays in a row on Wednesday evening and Thursday evening. And we're going to polish up on Friday, and then we're going to play the ball game. We're going to treat it like we did in the Super Bowl. We're going to have the kids show up at 2:12. We're going to feed them about 2:55, and then we'll start our pregame activities and our meetings and all that around 4 o'clock. And then at 5:55, we take the field for pregame, and we'll play at 7 o'clock. And we're trying to make it as routine as we possibly can. We're trying to make it where the kids been there, done that, and hopefully we'll get the same result we did in the Salt Bowl or any other Saturday we played.
Sure. And then just last thing is let's talk about our offense for a second. How does it stack up against their defense?
Well, offensively, we should be able to do some things. We should be able to run the football. The thing that we got to do is we got to score the point and keep the ball away from Conway. You know, Conway's head of their monsters, their offense. That's what they want to do. They want to score fast. They want to score quick. They're a real big tempo team. What we've got to do is get some 3 and outs and give our defense a break some, and then score and keep the ball and score points on the offensive side of the football. But, you know, it's not a time of a possession game for Conway. They want to score as fast as they can, as quick as they can, where we will be a little bit more methodical and keep the team on the offensive team on the field more.
And then one more thing, Coach. I was going to skip over this, but I think we have to mention it because – as we've talked about, the standards are so high here that it's easy to just look past a potential conference championship, but we shouldn't be because that's an important step in the process to get to a state championship. So it would mean something very significant if Bryant can get this win against Conway.
Well, we could finish anywhere from first to third, and but by the determination of this ball game, our kids have got a lot to play for. You know, having home field playoff advantage is huge for any football program, and you know, you don't want to go into the playoffs with a loss. You don't want to go in playoffs with playing poorly. You want to go in there with a full steam ahead, and you know, it's a pride factor. You know, being the number 1 seed. Is something that we work for the whole year. Tentatively, the teams that finish first in the conference have a better chance of winning state championships. We also have done it from the second place before, but it's a lot easier road when you play at home, and it's easier to get ready for your ball games and play your ball games, and it's easier on your family and your travel and your fans from the standpoint of that. So hopefully we can go out there and take care of business. If we can't, then we fix what we do wrong. We go out there and we start playing again.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks as always for coming up to the studio. Good luck.
Thank you.
Up next, it's Conway and Bryant for the 7A Central Championship, so stay with us.